Hello, the public. How are you? I was told to make this authentic, so here we go. Girl, I'm going to authenticize the hell out of this. It's going to be so sincere. You're just going to be blown away about how authentic I can be. My name is Will Franken, and if you don't believe me, there's the poster. And hello to the public. Just wanted to tell you some news. Happy New Year, first of all. Did you get the news that it's a new year now? And lots of crazy stuff happening in our world right now. Processing through the whole comedic mind right now. But I want to give you guys some news. The last thing, I've been kind of obscure with my last sporadic public postings. I'm always conflicted because, well, no, I'll save that because I'll start talking. See, I don't script these things out. I'll start going on a tangent. I'll forget that I have some important bullet points to hit. So let's hit those bullet points, okay? First bullet point is, I was offered a gig. That doesn't often happen these days. I should say these years. But if you live in Dartford or you're near Dartford, which is historically where Keith met Mick so many years ago, I'll be in Dartford this Thursday. That is the 29th of January. I'll be headlining at this place called the Malt Shovel. And that is, like it sounds, the Malt Shovel, which I believe is quite near the train station. That's Dartford, and I want to say Essex, Dartford. So Dartford, Will Franken, headlining at the Malt Shovel this Thursday, the 29th of January. So if you can make it, I'd love to see you and say hello. Get to know me. Get to know the person behind the masks, behind the screen. See, touch, feel, smell. Yes, I do smell. I'm wearing my robe only because it's cold in here, in this unheated flat. Anyway, so that's the most immediate news. Also, we have some shows scheduled for May. I say we, I mean myself and all my characters scheduled for May in a place called Brighton. Do you know about Brighton? It's what Folkestone wants to be, and that's why Folkestone's taxes are so high, because they're in a hurry to try to be Brighton in London. Whereas actually it's cheaper to live in Brighton or London, because I found out I better save that for later on in this episode. Is it an episode? Anyway, that's in May. There's going to be a couple shows there. No title as of yet, and no venue. We're hinting towards a certain venue, and it's being produced by somebody who I've not yet met or whatever, but that's in the offing. So if you can't make January 29th, think May, Brighton. Will Franken, that's my name again. And those are going to be theatrical shows. So if anybody ever saw me years ago in a place called the Marsh Theater in San Francisco, or the Throckmorton in Mill Valley, sound effects, crazy lights, the whole 9 yards, like a live action Selvatico. In fact, I thought about the title Selvatico VI for those shows. Like Selvatico VI is the one that's live, and then film it and sell that. So that's two things. That's two of the bullet points. And I'm only 3 minutes in. This is what's called marketing. I'm learning how to market. All right. Okay. Only 52 years old. I can do this. Yeah. So what else happened? There's two. That's two. There was four. There's four. What was the third? Yeah. Speaking of that, I'm 2 minutes into recording Selvatico VI, and the plan years ago, because of the spiritual significance of the number 7, was to do 7 of these things. So the Selvatico septet. And I'm 2 minutes into material for number 6. And if you would like to help me, because I can always use the help, if you would like to help, as many of you have already, if you'd like to help old Will Franken at 52 years old crank out another one of these psychedelic albums that I know a lot of you might smoke a little left-handed cigarette to sometime, put the headphones on and trip out to, and if you enjoyed all of the others, and if you enjoyed seeing your name rolling in the credits in my I love a big finale, and Selvatico VI, I could always use your help. There'll be the Patreon link below, as well as the PayPal link. So if you do want to help me get Selvatico VI made, please let me know. Or if you want to just help me overall, make it until the May shows. And if it helps bolster my case at all, I've got another court summons coming up from the council, as they refuse to acknowledge that I'm poor. That's a weird position to be in. Once upon a time, they would have just spat at you and said, we can see you're poor. But now it's, I'm sorry, Mr. Franken. Really, yes, we can see that you're poor, Mr. Franken, but, we don't care. And that's their welfare team, by the way. It's a strange use of the word welfare. Anyway, so they're coming after me for another court summons on Monday, which I may or may not attend. I haven't decided yet. I may show up. You can do all sorts of show up in drag. Say, you know what? I'm tired of being burned, sister. And they might think I'm a celebrity. And they might say, oh my gosh, I saw you in RuPaul. And how dare we ask you for money? And here's a building in your honor. I don't know. So I'll probably flip a coin. I think you got to get up early in the morning to go to it. And I'm kind of getting at this stage, like, you know what, fuck it. If you feel like if you're gonna feel like a man and throw me in jail, or a human, because I get it, everything's computerized and AI now. So if that's what makes you feel like a human, that you can still go, Mr. Frank, we're gonna throw you in jail, then do it. Fuck you. Anyway, so if you want to help, always welcome. I was working on a philosophy of baseball essay, and this was inspired because, as you know, the MLB. Well, if you're a baseball fan, you'll know this. The MLB has decided that 2026 is a good year to bring in something that baseball's always needed: robot umpires. It's going to augment the experience. It's not going to replace the experience. It's going to augment it. It's only augmenting it. We didn't say replace. It's going to augment it. It's going to be something fun we can try. It's going to expand the range of human possibilities. And I spent 2 months on this essay, and I'm hoping it gets published in the Philosopher magazine, which I was published in about 2 or 3 years ago, for my article on violent laughter in comedy and other first principles. So I've been published in there before, and I hope they dig this one. So that took me 2 months, and I knew once that was out of the way, because I'm so slow and such a slow, deliberate writer, obsessing about every word, and I knew once this is over, the comedy floodgates are opening. So I sent that out last Thursday. Here it is. It's done. I hope you guys like it. And all of this comedy stuff is flowing out now. So I'm writing for the Brighton shows. I'm writing for this Dartford set. And then the other day, just two simultaneous sequences just started rolling out, involving Clint Eastwood, The King, a podcast, the Albert Hall, all of this stuff flowing out these sequences. And I thought that has to be recorded, because that's a Selvatico VI thing. So 3 simultaneous comedy projects going on at once. And I felt really good yesterday. I was trying to remind myself, I don't like actually watching, I like hearing myself. I can hear the Selvaticos over and over, but there's something about I don't like watching myself, and maybe because I'm sad, because I look back and I see the shows I had in San Francisco and Once Upon a Time in this country, and it's sad, and it's really sad when you watch what the fuck's happening on the BBC now and what's calling itself Ramesh Raghunathan and so go to Wyoming to see what it's like to eat a pickle, and it's just, Sarah Pascoe sews a goat, and, it's just, I don't know. But then I don't really absorb too much of what's contemporarily going on. And that's the artist way, isn't it? Used to be the artist way. Anyway, so now all of this comedy stuff is coming out again, and I thought I've got to do the marketing thing. I've got to, if anybody lives in Dartford, that's Thursday. And if anybody lives near Brighton, that's May. And I'm working on Selvatico VI, and I could always use some help. And if you want to see your name in the bright lights, there's only going to be 7 of these. I actually was going to wrap it up after 3, and then bit by bit, ideas kept coming. And so yesterday I was trying to remind myself of how some bits went, because and I was going through my old emails. I had to clean out some space, and I saw that after 2020, up until 2019, people would occasionally get back to me and say, yeah, I'll keep you in the books, Will. But after 2020, not a single response from anybody. Like, Will Franken available, Robin Williams liked me, Harry Hill liked me, here's the creds, here's the this, here's the reel, here's the evidence. No response from anybody, man. I mean, there's no hyperbole, like nothing. And I just, who knows what that's about, really, but that's just the way things shook out. And so it was sad. It's sad to, I was trying to remind myself of how a bit went. And I put on this, the Birmingham video from 2023 under the auspices of Jay Hanley, one of the few people who was decent enough to book me. Jay Hanley from Birmingham and Paul James from Neath, Gordon Stagel from Dartford now. Barry Ferns put me up in Islington once, and they were great, but they didn't get my last bit. which was about this the Jewish couple who flew back from Israel. They had a great holiday, but while they were in the air, the attack happened. And then they realized, oh shit, we don't have any miserable photos of us in Israel to put online. So it was neither about Israel or Palestine. It was about the stupidity of Facebook saying, always have, that's a real hard sell for people. They got it in Birmingham. If you watch the Birmingham video, they got that bit, but in Islington, they're like, this is not funny. We will not go there. Now, you don't even know what's about. It's about Facebook. It's about the retardation of emotion. So I use this whole, the Israeli-Palestine thing to just say, I'm not picking a side. I'm just saying, like, this is the stupidity of emotions, the base level of binary emotions going, why didn't we get any miserable photos? Could we not have one photo of us at the Wailing Wall where we were wailing? But no, you had to wear your fucking Star Wars t-shirt and grin all the time with your fucking antidepressants. Asshole. And they got it in Birmingham. They didn't in Islington. They loved everything in Islington, but then that bit, no, sacred. I don't care which, I'm hearing something that I don't, weird. Well, there's no backing out now. I'm 11 minutes in. This is my only shot to do this today because I'm recording. I'm in that zone, but I had to, and I get stage fright when I talk to the public because I'm always afraid someone would say, what kind of camera are you using? I don't know. Do you ask people that in real life, what kind of camera they're using? I have the camera I have. Okay, so the baseball essay's finished. The comedy cork is out. Things are flowing out again. I'm doing what I do best. Feeling good about it. And I was looking myself up yesterday to try to remember how a bit went. And I thought, I know it sounds stupid. You might say, what, is he an egotist? Maybe I'm an egotist, but I heard it and I thought, you know what, I am fucking good at this. Because you forget it when all those people ignore you and don't get back to you and you can't get a gig for love nor money. Despite all the creds and everything, you start to wonder, was I just fucking mad? Was it some weird fluke in the space-time continuum that I just happened to get anywhere? And I'm listening to this back and I'm listening to the audience. No, it's just the world has got kind of really fucked up, for lack of a better expression. That's my expression, by the way, fucked up. I wrote that. Now the other bit of news is, Happy New Year's, by the way. The winter was so miserable when that fucking little bastard at the Folkestone and High Town Council, Nicholas fucking Harvey, said, Mr. Franken, maybe we should talk about committal. You're looking at my fucking bank statements, asshole. So you're telling me there's a debtor's prison? No. There's not debtor's prison. No. Well, that's what it sounds like to me. You asked for proof that I'm poor. There's proof that I'm poor. How fucking dare you, you rat bag? So I determined, I'm committed that no matter what, 2026 is going to be fucking better than the ending of 2025. And so far, it's been touch and go, but I'm just determined, right? So listening to I say, no matter what, they can't fucking, he could fucking threaten with jail or whatever he wants to do. He can't write shit like this. He can't make people laugh. He can't make people think or whatever. So fuck him, and just try to, I don't know, rise above it all. I mean, who am I kidding? I like to get down in the mud and throw mud right back at the fuckers, rise above it all. I'm not the bodhisattva. I'm a human. I'm flesh and blood. And so the new year happened, and I was trying to be all zen and peaceful and reach enlightenment. And this company that's hosted the Things We Did Before reality series, my first album series, which is 26 albums. Count them, folks. That's 26 albums, averaging about 30 to 40 minutes in length. There is one double album called Side 2 of Abbey Road, which is 63 minutes. Then there's a series of little EPs. And notice I never call these podcasts. They're albums. These are albums. Selvatico these are a series of albums. And they jacked I hear this from a lot of people that internet companies have just started jacking astronomically prices up. And I've been with this company called Libsyn for ever since I made my first recordings online. And every month they were taking out a certain amount, like $6, right? And maybe it's because I'm lazy and I didn't even think about it, but they jacked that up to like 25, and I went into overdraft in the bank, and it was like all this because I always keep $6 in the in the PayPal. So I was getting these fucking overdraft charges from the bank and all this shit. And I fixed all that, but I told him, I said, you know what, by the way, why do I have you guys? What I should do is download all these fuckers. It's my own material. Get them all and fuck you guys and sell them. And so I've been selling these. Yeah, that's right. Will Franken is selling something. I'm sorry. We all have to, that's the thing. The best lack all conviction and the worst are filled with the passion and intensity. The people who have nothing at all to sell, they don't give a fuck. Donald Trump has nothing to sell. And what was he doing? America, the new, the brighter, the braver, the better. I'm not going to try it. I tried to impersonate him the other day. You have to be adenoidal. My strength is in my throat. I realized as an impressionist. So I can do Native American, Christopher Walken. I'm Christopher Walken. Hello, how are you? Yeah, you clench your throat a little bit. You make it scratchy. I can do the scratch very well. But it's a different trick. You have for Trump, I realized you have to get adenoidal. So you have to be able to concentrate things up in your nose. And so I tried. Maybe I didn't give it the old college try enough. But that being said, my King Charles is sounding much better than it did on Selvatico V, who does make a return in Selvatico VI. In fact, he's the second character introduced only for 2 minutes, but then it's on to other stuff. We'll see where it goes. Clint Eastwood is going to be making an appearance. Yes, I'm dealing with the old guys in their 90s right now because I just don't see that much personality. That's
Marlon Brando, you had to have somebody who spoke a little bit different, to be able to do something to mock with.
And it's like everybody's kind of just really anodyne. Anyway, so I downloaded all of these things. I said, open it back up again so I could download all of these things. I canceled with the Libsyn people, and now they're out there, and I'm selling these. I've been selling these things, and the best like all conviction. So I've got something to sell. If you like Selvatico, I've got 26 albums of the Things We Did Before Reality series that some of you are familiar with. It's the same thing. It's multiple characters. One bleeds into the other. And I always love the title, Things We Did Before Reality. I love the implications of that, which implies everything that we're doing now, government, kings, wars, technology, everything. That's before reality. So we're living in a state before reality. And I am commenting on the things that we're doing before reality. And there's 26 of those. And I can, so the price, the best like all conviction, right? Is it okay if I ask for, would it be too much to ask? And I don't know why somebody came up with this guy from Brighton. He bought all 5 Selvaticos. He wanted to have copies where you didn't have to download it from the internet. He wanted just to have them like albums. And he set the price, and he gave me $100 for them. So for some reason, I don't know why, somebody asked me, well, how much you sell the Things We Did Before Reality? And I don't know why. I just undersold myself, but I said, 70? You get 26 albums, which is 26 half hours, plus the double album. You're getting about, I'd say, 14 to 15 hours, which is almost the length of Wagner's Nibelung cycle. And the best thing was, it wasn't, none of that material was written by an anti-Semite, the Things We Did Before Reality. So if you're interested, I will sell them for £70, and that you get all 26 albums, and I'll also throw in some other stuff. You get 2 Christmas albums with that, as well as the double album, all under the Things We Did Before Reality banner from 2006 to 2000, I don't know. I did 2 in this country, I know that, so within the last 14 years. 26 albums, and I'll give you one of these, I'll mail you one of these little sticks with them all on there. Or I recently learned how to use this thing that all the kids are using called WeTransfer. I taught myself how to use, can you believe that? I taught myself how to use WeTransfer. And I'm a better person for it. But anyway, so that's, if you want me to WeTransfer or whatever, £70. I mean, what's that for 15 hours? The essence of Will Franken. That's a lot of material, by the way. One of my patrons recently suggested that I might have the most material of, I don't know if that's true, because I haven't, how do you quantify that? But as far as, but the thing is, if I was going into Abbey Road and releasing these albums, you'd say, the guy produces 15 albums. So, he's just some jack off at home in his robe making these things. But no, they're all 30 to 40 minutes, which is an album length, except for the double album. You have the 2 that are like, and I'll also include the order list. The order that they were created. So you can hear the developments along the way and my various mood swings and, well, that's, dare I say, innovations along the way, if I can be so snooty, my innovation. So £70 via the PayPal link, or if you want to become a patron, it's probably best if you're going to, actually, if you're going to buy them, it's probably best to do the PayPal link and then just specify whether you want the flash thing mailed to you or do the wheat transfer. You can get them instantly. I think you leave a note on PayPal. Anyway, so look at that. I'm marketing. The best, like all conviction, and the worst are filled with the passion and intensity. So if you want to get my T-shirt, You Can't Say Nothing Nowadays, the woke podcast, send it. But this was timid little. I think Lenny Bruce had a bit about the timidness of the real artist. You go into these Los Angeles agencies, and you're just sitting there like, God, I don't speak their language. So what university did you go to? Yeah? Did you follow Northwestern? Do you have a job for me? I'm sitting in this, I'm talking about the few times I met agents in America, going down to Los Angeles because an agent wanted to meet me, and you keep expecting for them to talk about work, and it's like, so where'd you go to school? Yeah? So you like that? You follow basketball? Yeah? Yeah. What is this about? Is this how they do it? We sit and talk about basketball for an hour? And then I go away and let me know if you're doing another show. Let me know next time you're down in L.A. And, we'll get a cup of coffee, watch the show, talk about basketball. Did you go to, did you do any of the frat stuff? No? Huh, okay. So I'm just a sensitive artist. What can I say? So again, to recap, I hope this has been somewhat entertaining. Has it been entertaining? I hope so. I wasn't going to do more than half an hour. I get so nervous. I tell you why. Yes, this is why. Because the patrons get this every week. Now, if you're a patron, every Sunday, the patrons get the behind-the-scenes unscripted. This is what happened, and this motherfucker this. And I tried to pet a cat today, and some lady yelled at me, and don't pet the cat, encourages the cat to be outside, all this local horse shit, and the big topics, right? I read the news very, very superficially. That's not a good word, but I scan the headlines every day to see what the story of the day is. Here's this menu of items we would like you to go insane over today, courtesy of the BBC, because that's how a satirist works. You get you intuit. The king says this, therefore he's probably lying. Donald Trump is doing this, he's a bastard, et cetera, et cetera. America, God knows what the fuck is going on right now, but it's all going through that satirical shredder in my head and being converted into, I hate to use that word material, but yet that material, such a bland word, mass, inert mass, material. No, lively, transcendent, if I may say so myself. It's up to you, of course, you're the final judge. Art. It's a strange word to use nowadays. People bandy it about a lot, but very few people, I think, practice it. That's good, Betty. That's not instant, is it? And so, so when I do something for the public, I like it to be a finished product, because that's my calling card, like Selvatico V, ta-da. But the problem is that's like it's anonymous. It's like who did this, and that there's a guy named Will Franken, but as far as I know, he lives on a yacht, and he's got a studio and backup singers and all of that. You don't know. So every now and then I have to emerge and say, hi, I'm actually perpetually broke, and I'm going to go up to Dartford and on Thursday and hanging in there. But I've got such credentials, and I was watching my material yesterday, and I hate to watch myself on the stage. I was wondering, man, this is fucking bullshit, man. I knew it was bullshit, but it hurts so much because I can't get these fucking there was some local bastard. It was a Folkestone comedy club run by this dickhead named Matt or whatever. He does jokes like, what's your name, sir? Neil. And then he kneels on the stage. I mean, come on, please. MC's this fucking night. And he pops up, and he pops up on the, I hate to admit, I've got Facebook, because every now and then somebody will email me on there. And he pops up, and there's a post that says, I need an emergency replacement tonight in Folkestone. 300 pounds cash. And I'm thinking, God damn, I need 300 fucking pounds, man. And I live fucking a 10-minute walk away, right? So I said, within 5 minutes, I said, there you go. And he goes, sorry, that's now been filled. And I just wasn't in the mood for it. So I told him to go fuck his mother. So I will go fuck your mother anyway. Yeah. And he comes back with will do. And I notice that happens all the time now. I'll tell you, you are a fucking low-life little fucking Weasley little fucking bastard. And they'll, online, it's just, okay, sorry you feel that way, And, but it's like, I'll never forget the night I made Constantine kiss and cry. This is at the backstage of Comedy Unleashed. Because he had gone in 1 month from saying, I would never book somebody like Will Franken because I am a businessman, which I never forgot. I never forgot. Because that's the same kind of shithead mentality that's preventing me from getting work. Assholes like that. I would never book somebody like Will Franken because I am a businessman and I don't want to. And then 1 month later, he's flying around the world going, and they wanted me to sign a safe space agreement. They wanted me, and I said no. And yes, I turned down the money, which it was a free gig, so I got 0 for 0 and all this shit. So I kind of had him cornered one night at Comedy Unleashed. I said, so you're brave now, huh? You brave little guy? You brave now? You brave? And he was just, starting with it, yes, went for all the family now. And he just turned around, and he actually sounded like my younger sister when we were kids. And he turned around and goes, you know why no one wants to work with you, Will? Because you're a dick. That's why, because you're a dick, Will, okay? I said, oh my God, you almost cried. There is a fucking human in there. But, when you're doing stuff online, it's really, okay, will do. Sorry you feel that way. Okay, somebody didn't have his medication today. Smart, and hiding away. 10 minutes away. It's like, all right, I get it. I'm not in the fucking, I don't get to play the reindeer game. So that's fine. So I shouldn't have brought that up because the anger is coming out again. But I'm trying to be bodhisattva. Because you people are good. The people that dig me are good people, and the people that prevent people from getting work are bastards. And I'm talking to the good people out there. So the good people out there, I'm again, I feel bad. Every now and then I have to do this. I have to come unscripted and tell some bullet points. Now, if you become a patron, you get this once a week, because I feel that the patrons, they've earned it, right? They've said, we want to invest in the person behind this thing and see his various mercurial moods and transformations in and out of character, and see where he is with the world and what the hell's going on. And, and so they get that on a regular basis. They get that every week. But for the public, I like to say, ta-da! This is, wow. But then, you forget that you got to make a living doing this, And this is what's called authentic marketing, right? I'm not putting a lot of glitz and glam, because if I did that, it would take fucking, I would end up making a Selvatico out of the whole project. So this is just a half hour, me saying, hello, I'm here. How's your 2026 going so far? And these there were 4 things. What were the 4 things? Judgment, hell, death, and heaven. No, the 4 things are head, shoulders, knees, and toes. The 4 things are, I'm playing Dartford this Thursday, the 29th, at the Malt Shovel. That's the first thing. The second thing is I'm playing in Brighton in May. I'm sorry I don't have any dates stored up yet, but that is definitely happening in May in Brighton. I'll let you know the title of the show. It's going to be a theatrical experience. It's going to be funny on Thursday, but it's going to be a theatrical experience in May in Brighton. That's 2 things. The third thing is I'm working on Selvatico VI right now. I'm 2 minutes in. I've got a sequence right now that I think might be the first 5 minutes of the piece, but then again, that's always subject to change. But it's all flowing out and being recorded, and I'm rehearsing bits every day. And if you want to help get that made, I would love to have you on board, and I'd love to see your names scrolling up there, and like they did in the last 5. And so if you want to do that, there'll be the Patreon link and the PayPal link below in the description. And then the last thing was, yes, would you like to own, if you like Selvatico, you're going to love Things We Did Before Reality, all 26 albums recorded in, where were they recorded? San Francisco, in various locations, New York, New Jersey, and London, England. So been all over the world. Actually, I did one from Sheffield as well, in my various driftings. Always found time to sit down and make a little album. And you can own all 26 of these, the things we did before reality series, which have now been taken off Libsyn by yours truly, and you can own all 26 of these for only the price of 70 British pounds. And if you'd like one of these little drives, I can do one, send it out to you, or you can give me an email address, and I'll do the WeTransfer to you. It's good quality stuff. I was listening to those too. I was trying, because some of that stuff you can't do live. There was one bit, probably shouldn't give it away. Maybe you guys know it who know the series, but there's one bit where somebody can't start their car because they're in the wrong seat. And I think that only works if you hear it. And not, you can't, I mean, you could film it a certain way, but I think it's funniest when you hear it, because you don't know why oh, God damn it, come on, start, you motherfuckers, start. Having problems? Yeah, I can't get this car started. Well, you're in the wrong seat. Oh, okay, So I won't want to give it away anymore, but that's just one of, within a 15-hour pool of sketches and voices and sound effects and crazy stuff. That's just the one that leaps to mind from episode 6, Texas Chainsaw Yuletide. And so let me know if you want to get those, and do leave a note, saying that you prefer WeTransfer the little flash drive. So to recap, and then I've got to jet out of here, because I got to tell you, I got to be over on that side of the room in about 2 minutes. So I really got to jet. So I don't know if I was very obscure with my last posting. I did a translation of Elsa Mirante's La Storia, a passage from that, which she's an amazing author, and that's an amazing book if you get a chance to read La Storia. And then I didn't even title it. I just put it up, it was randomly assigned Windows X452129, me fucking around on the keyboard, then another song, an instrumental that I wrote. But, as far as the long-term project, I was waiting 2 months on this fucking baseball essay, and I hope that they publish it. They might not. I don't know. It's hard to attack AI now. It's because people are, it's just a tool, or what's the other thing? It's just a tool, or, well, it's good for some things, I suppose. But it's so hard to find people just like a wholesale condemnation of, no, fuck the whole thing, man. Fuck it all. It makes you, and just remind, so that is, and I think that's the thing that's really hard to get across these days. But I am committed to attacking it. Not just that, but many other facets. I mean, humans have a lot to answer for as well. But the technocracy I'm a consistent enemy of it for many reasons. But I mean, the basic insult of, like, well, what if you were already intelligent? If you were already intelligent, you should be insulted by the very mention of artificial intelligence, because it's an oxymoron. And but the people are still acting out their dramas. This guy's going to save us. This guy's going to not save us. He's going to kill the leaders and all this shit. And I don't know. I'm very suspicious that there's some fucker lurking in the background, some incels, or some group of incels just saying, "Good, now the final plan is in motion," And I don't fucking know. But that silly world, that pantomimic world of politicians and leaders and ways forward and the economy, and in my research into trying to figure out Donald Trump's voice, which I'm not adenoidal enough to do, not to mention the market is saturated. I did hear this we was talking about homeowners, and I said he is actually describing, love him or hate him, the sickness of what the economy is. And he was really selfishly describing, I don't want homeowners to feel bad if everybody has a home, then homes won't be worth anything anymore. And I thought, yeah, that is the sickness of vulture capitalism, of technocratic capitalism, of post-internet capitalism that we're living through. But I do think it's a mix of the worst of both worlds. The communist behavior of, we're all on the devices now, we're all being surveilled, mixed with the capitalist pigs at the top going, good, and what do we do with them now? I believe in that. There's a duality there, that it's an illusory duality, but it is, it's where the hands shake each other, and that's Keir Starmer. I mean, the Prime Minister is a perfect emblem of that new way of. What is it? I mean, it's an it. He's an it. He's not even a he now. It's just what is this it thing? It's called Keir Starmer, and it doesn't. I mean, nothing means anything anymore, right? In terms of this whole left-right bullshit. So, with that, on that positive note, I know it's like raining on a lot of people's parades. Hey, come on, there's still a game going on in there. No, no, not like we knew. Not like we knew. This is strange days indeed. And who else but a strange person like myself should comment on it? I wanted to wrap up. Oh yeah, so in a weird way, he does actually reveal what the economy is. The economy is this great, like a Moloch monster up on a hill that children get sacrificed to. And if you feed enough children into the economy, then the economy's happy and it's good. It's a good economy because the economy ate up enough children this year that the people at the top of the Moloch's eyes are brighter now, and they can devour more, and that's good. That's what the economy. And he is actually saying that not everybody should have a house because then if you have a house, and that's the racket, isn't it? It's like, well, I'm worth more than at the end of the day, Marsha or Janine or Robert or whoever I'm in bed with. At the end of the day, we are worth more than that lot, and that's the great lie, right? You know, and then we have to keep this going. For some reason, we have to keep this going. This idea is very strange, but that's a child's view, right? That's like the only book, I hate to admit, that I ever read from Charles Dickens was Bleak House, and there's a character in there who's described as an adult child, and said he says the father says to his daughters, "We're going to meet a man tomorrow who is a child, but he's an adult as well, and he doesn't know anything about money." And so the guy's the character whose name I can't remember, maybe some Dickensologist out there will know. The name of the character, but he sits around like a bohemian, plays his flute all day, and says, I'm afraid I'm very interested in money, but I just don't know what it is because I never have any. Could you lend me some so I could learn what money is?" And I suppose it's rather a cute joke, maybe, but it's always stuck with me that some levels, you know, people could see somebody like, "You don't own property? What a child! And you're 52, what a child!" And then I could look at them and say, "You can only communicate to people by inventing WhatsApp groups and inviting them to join. What a child!" But not even a child. What a robotic child. What kind of person is scared to talk to somebody face to face? You know. Ladies and gentlemen, that will conclude this. I've already gone over time, and I'm afraid I'm just spinning on bizarre cylinders right now. And I'm going to get back to this recording of King Charles's speech at the Royal Albert Hall. Which is a bit like, is that Alan Wicker? I think it's closer to the King Charles. I don't know what I was doing before. But this, I think I'm going for a more accurate King Charles on this Selvatico VI opening. So again, to recap, and then I will press stop. Thank you again, all of you out there because Patreons watch these things too. But yeah, Patreons get this on a regular basis, and you know, but for the public, I'm always conflicted because it's like I'm going before the public now. And I don't want to be just another jerk off, you know, in his robe saying, you know, speaking from the cuff, you know. I did that before, and it was a real dark period for me. Like, and I got to say something now. They're going to hear me. Hear my words. And now I just want to sum up in 38 minutes once more. I'm being Dartford on the 29th of January at the Malt Shovel in Dartford, headlining. I've got gigs coming up in May. Dates to follow in Brighton. I'm working on Selvatico VI, and I could use your help, as always, to help get this album made, to buy me enough time, not to worry about, you know, the fucking bailiffs and all this other shit, just to concentrate enough to make something that's even better than 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And you also get your name in the credits. And I'm also have removed all of the things we did before reality from Libsyn, and they're available for purchase, as probably I should have done some time ago, because I haven't made one of the things we did before reality in years, for £70. For 7 of your earthly pounds, you can either have your choice of a stick, or I'll transfer them to you. 26 albums. That's quite impressive. Plus, you got, you know, the 5 Selvaticos. That's 31, plus the other various recorded, Paradise Lost and blah, blah, blah. And I'll shut up now. God bless all of you. PayPal link and Patreon link are in the description below. And keep fighting the good fight, which is really, it's all Maya, it's all illusion, isn't it really? All of this torture and death, and it's just Maya, right? Don't believe any leader. They're bastards. And I hope this will I mean this. I mean this. I do mean this in love. There's some little optimistic person inside me still. You know, as grumpy as I am sometimes, I wouldn't be grumpy probably if I was not optimistic. I'm optimistic that we shouldn't have to settle for this shit, and that in 2026 or whatever we should have grown past this. That's one of the great lies of all of this technology, that it frees things up and it makes us freer and we're more advanced now than we ever. No, we're not, because we still have not grown out of the idea of we need presidents and senators and MPs and a council and a king. If we haven't fucking matured out of that, what fucking good is all of this? AI is going to teach you how to read better and fuck your mother and all this other crazy shit. So that's it. Do I dare say it one more time? Dartford, malt shovel, Thursday. Me. Brighton, May. Shows me. Selvatico VI working on now needs your help. And you can get a hard drive or a we transfer of all 26 albums of things we did for Rally for the only price of £70. Thank you very much. I am a dude. God bless you all. Good night. And each and every one of us is a star floating in the sky. We're going to twinkle on for a few more years, then fall to the earth and die. And I want to do a little bit more twinkling on before I fall to the earth and die. God bless you all.